Welcome to Kerbside Conversations, the podcast that parks right at the edge of paramedicine. We're chatting with real voices from inside the profession, straight from events, summits, and conferences. I'm your host, Laura Harrello, and whether you're tuning in between shifts or you're on your way to your next CPD, this is your quick hit of hot takes, raw insights, and a few laughs, all from the heart of the action. So I invite you to pull up, grab a coffee, and tune in to the topics shaping our profession. You're in good company.
All right. So first off, can you please tell me your name, where you're from, and what your current role is?
Yeah, so my name's Nick Roeder. I'm from Melbourne, Ambulance Victoria, and I work currently at Air Ambulance Victoria as a MICA Flight Paramedic educator.
Excellent. And how long have you been doing that for?
Yeah, okay, so I've been a flight ICP now for 23 years, and I believe I've been in the service for 34 years.
Okay. So a large breadth of experience, excellent depth.
Yeah, and you know what? It goes quicker than you think.
Yes.
It really does,
Yeah.
particularly towards the end for some reason. And then it slows down before you get to retirement.
No, it's just stretching out ahead of you.
Stretching out.
Yeah. And so here we are at the very end of the Critical Care Conference.
Yeah.
And so as you're thinking back on the last 2 days, are there any sort of standout moments for you that you're really going to sort of take forward with you as you start your next Monday?
Yeah, it's really interesting you ask that because the first thing that sprang to my mind when I was sitting up there in the super group, thank you for inviting me up there, was just how much paramedicine's got this for the future. The level of research, curiosity, educational support, passion, humility, vulnerability, all of the things that are really important about a profession moving forward, aware of itself and aware of its challenges. I'm continually amazed by the smarter people out there than me. And it's great. This is exactly what you want to see.
Absolutely, right?
And next gen is better than the last gen.
Yeah, and that's how we grow. That's how we expand. That's
Absolutely.
how we, make progress and do good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And so I heard you speak at the dinner last night on that panel.
Yep.
And I've also been chatting throughout the conference with lots of people with varying levels of experience. And a lot of our young clinicians have talked about how some of the things you said about remembering how patients are people, and taking those elements of humility are pieces that aren't just specific to critical care, but they can sort of already put into their practice. And so for those who maybe didn't see your talk yesterday, and in addition to that sort of very quick piece that I just did, is there anything that you have out there for the younger clinicians who are just starting?
Yeah, it's interesting. If you were to have a family dinner, and somebody said, "Oh, what do you do?" And you say, "I'm a paramedic." "Oh, what a really tough job." It immediately suggests that you should be a tough person.
Yeah.
That there should be sort of less emotional suit of armor.
Yeah.
And dare I say it, I probably joined for the challenge of that early on. You think, I'm a tough nut. I can stand whatever you throw at me, and that might be part of the challenge. No different from somebody who's in the infantry and say, "Yeah, throw me a significant combat challenge."
Yeah.
But what I've learned over the years is that coolness that you think you have to have is actually counterintuitive to what your role is, which is ultimately caring for people.
Yeah.
And it's the connections we make with people, not just the patients, but our colleagues and the local hospitals, our community and so forth. That actually enamors me. And what I'm finding more and more as I get older, and maybe it's just I'm sentimental, is I find I give a lot more emotionally of myself now than I ever did. And if I had have gone back to the earlier Nick Roeder, I would have said, it's okay to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really okay. And in fact, it's incredibly rewarding to have that emotional connection with a patient. And I think at the dinner I mentioned, in the simplest form, as a paramedic yourself, that wonderful moment where you make a patient laugh.
Yeah.
In amongst the adversity, you pick the moment, you find the humor, you find the humility, you find the connection, and they laugh.
Yeah.
And bingo, you're there. I think ultimately, when I choose to leave my profession and leave it to the next generation, I think those are the moments that I'll realize that probably I should have spent more time really just connecting with people.
Absolutely. I always feel like people are like, "Oh, that's such a tough job." And I'm like, it's tough 3% of the time. And then 97% of the time, it's
relationships,
making tea and holding hands and like chatting. Yeah. And that's like what it's about. And I think, it's up to all of us to make sure that the public knows that. And also we as a profession know that and put our efforts there.
Yeah, I agree.
So I've been asking people, so if you had to do a critical care call with anybody of your choosing, alive or dead, Australian or non-Australian,
oh, wow,
you get to choose. You can work with them for whatever reason you like.
Okay.
Who would you work with?
Is this work with your heroes thing, is it?
It can be your heroes. It can be, I've always wondered what this person was like to work with. It can be, this was a mentor I used to work with. I'd love to go back and do another call with them.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to identify a mentor of mine that is just recently retired. A big shout out to her. Andrea Wyatt was the first female paramedic in Victoria, 1998. Forgive me, Andrea, if you're watching this and I got that wrong. But one of the most sensible, kind, smart, innovative people. And do you know what? She set me straight.
Yeah.
She set me straight. You know, you can imagine a young Nick Rhoda just full of bluster and ego and so forth. And she just set me straight. But I would like to now, and unfortunately she's retired and out of operations, I'd like to spend a couple of months, her and I, on a truck, just being mature, silly adults. Do you know? Just being able to reconnect.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
And like to have that.
Let's make it happen.
That camaraderie that here we go. Bring you back. Maybe the show can sponsor you, the paramedic show.
I'm always looking for sponsorship. I'm up for sale.
I think that would be great. Okay. And so I have this last question that I've also been asking people. I have two versions of it for you. So the first is, what is your favorite airway intervention?
LMA.
LMA. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Specifically LMA or just supraglottic?
It's when I think about it, if you really need an airway quickly, it's my desert island. Because it only tickles one of the three gags, so you can actually put it in the not deeply but unconscious person.
Yes.
We don't need to facilitate it by medications. It's great in arrests while you've got too many other things. It's so it's crew resource dependent. The eye-gels have just revolutionised the way we use LMAs now. So it's really the eye-gel I'm talking about here. And in Plan C for using the ABCD approach, it's the best rescue technique. If I find myself in Plan C, if I want to sit there fat, dumb and happy with an oxygenated patient, I'll stick an eye gel down.
Yeah.
So for so many reasons, I think the eye gel has really revolutionised practice. And in some ways, almost usurped. The arrest is a good example.
Yeah.
The role of the intubation.
Yeah, I agree. I think supraglottic airways have really come so far, and we don't give them enough airtime.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, I agree. It's a ripple thing.
Okay, and so then the specialized version for you, because I just watched your presentation about ventilators. Oh. Do you have a favorite ventilator? It doesn't have to be the best one, but like one that you're like, ooh.
So it
was just snazzy.
Yeah. So here's the dichotomy of being interested in mechanical ventilation.
Yeah.
I'm interested in aeromedical transport.
Yeah.
So you get people coming up saying, what's your favorite helicopter? I said, I don't know helicopters. I don't know what the range of helicopters is. I'm actually the same with mechanical ventilation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I love mechanical ventilation and understanding it, but I don't necessarily have a great insight or a fave mechanical ventilator. It's more of the principles. Having said that, I have so thoroughly enjoyed using the Hamilton T1. And I'm not sponsored. I did get a lunch one time, a long time ago. I think it was garlic bread or something like that from the supplier. But what it shows is just how far we can take a mechanical ventilator in terms of the technology and place it into the out-of-hospital and intra-hospital environment.
Yeah.
And let's face it, it's Swiss. My background is Swiss, so I have to love it.
Just well manufactured, well engineered.
Absolutely, it's a country love thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great answer. Thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you for all of the content and things that you've put forward at the conference. It's been great to hear.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, and thank you very much for having me.